Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'll be talking about how I'm taking a step back and reassessing DoorDash and food delivery in general after doing 1,000 deliveries. So I recently just crossed the 988 mark for DoorDash and 35 deliveries for Uber Eats. And to combine together, that's easily over 1,000. And given that I've done 1,000 deliveries, I had to first assess, okay, what's the landscape looking like and how is it changing? And also, how does it align with my financial goals? When I take a look at the type of deliveries that DoorDash offers and how it's continuing to evolve, when I first started, in the first couple of weeks, I did only restaurant, and I only got restaurant deliveries, and slowly it evolved into getting shop and deliver, or flower delivery, or catering, delivering pizza, and Project Dash. There's many more out there. DoorDash sees themselves as a logistics company, and so they're slowly trying to take over all logistical kind of delivery going forward. And you might think that that's a good thing for us gig workers so that we can get more order volume, but it's important to assess to see if these orders are even paying out as well. When I take a look at it, I think about it in terms of what is the ideal situation, and that is to go to the pickup location, pick up the whatever you need to deliver, drive to the destination, and just drop it off. Now, when you have these different kinds of orders, more steps are added in. Even in the restaurant situation, sometimes the customer will ask you to go into the building and go up 20 stories and deliver it to their apartment or condo. With shopping and delivering, well, you're gonna have to go in there and shop. With grocery delivery, you're gonna have to unload from your car after you're picking it up, and then load and unload when you get to the destination. So these additional steps, are we being compensated well for them? And to me, I feel like we are not. When I tested out doing DoorDash and I added these couple steps, the tipping amount didn't really change. I feel like DoorDash really focuses on trying to condition their dashers with the hidden trick. You know, some people call it hidden tip, but I call it hidden trick. And that's what they're focused on. They're not trying to help shape the tipping for other different kinds of deliveries. And so when I see that the direction is not going well. Another crucial factor that really pisses me off, and this has happened twice already, is when there's an outage. When there's an outage on DoorDash's end, you know, you hear they're trying their best, trying to get everything back online, and your order's not going through. Something that happened to me was that I accepted an order. I went to the pizza shop, and they said that the customer already came and picked it up. I tried to contact Dasher support on the chat support, but it just sent me to the self-help. I tried calling them, and about 20 minutes in, I still couldn't get a hold of anybody. So I decided, okay, they know that there's an outage, and I can't get a hold of anybody, so they should be understanding. So I went ahead and unassigned it. And then following that, I emailed them and called them to get half pay, but they decided to decline my half pay and said that because I unassigned it willingly, then they're not going to give me half pay, even when there was an outage and I argued for it. So that really made me upset. There's just so many factors outside your control that can really disrupt your pay. So that's something else that is in the back of my mind about the drawbacks of this gig work. So what should we do about this? Should we riot? Should we unionize? I don't think so. I don't think that's the path forward. I think that this type of gig work is specific to only one type of goal, and that goal is to get in and get out. You want to make as much money as possible and efficiently, and use that money to move on to something else instead of depending on it, such as full-time work or supplementing your income, and you're just continuously on this hamster wheel. When I was working that all those hours in June, 300 hours, and I felt like I was continuously on a hamster wheel, just working like a peon, going back and forth, picking up deliveries. Sometimes I didn't even know what day it was until I start recognizing that I'm not getting orders from certain restaurants. So that told me that that restaurant was closed, and I knew which day those days were. So that's the only way I could tell which day was which, because I was just doing the same thing every day. I think that when I look at how much money I made, $8,000, is that a lot of money? Well, that's about 4 months with utilities of rent in Seattle, or that could probably be 80 weeks worth of food. And is that a lot of money? Yeah, it is, and it isn't also. In the grand scheme of things, there are other opportunities out there, and that's something that I'm thinking about. So where am I going from here? And what I'm trying to convey that you should also think about as gig workers. I think that the best way to go about this is to use that money to create an online business. Now, when I look at other YouTubers slash DoorDashers, a number of them have quit to pursue YouTube because after they got their audience, it's time to peace out and slow down on the DoorDashing. But for me and you, well, we can't really do that. But we could still start an online business. I think that when I created the video about comparing other markets, well, those two individuals happened to all quit to start YouTube, to do YouTube mainly, different kinds of content. And if you watch that video, you'll know that I put another guy in there, Eli, and he talks about how he's also going that route. And he talks about the direction of DoorDash, how they're trying to go into autonomous delivery using AI and machines to deliver food and whatever needs to be delivered. He says about 5 to 10 years away, and that's definitely not accurate. If you think about how fast technology moves, yes, it does move very fast, but people move slow. And that's the key factor that's holding things back. If you take a look at Amazon Go, people thought that all grocery workers were going to get wiped out, that nobody's going to work at grocery stores anymore. Well, 5 years later, people are still working at grocery stores because people move slow. The technology is continuously advancing, but because people are not being able to adapt to that quickly, then it's not that far away. It's not as close as you think. But what is looming is a recession. There's a possibility of a recession, very strong possibility. And what's going to happen what's going to happen to us when that happens? DoorDash charges a service fee and then also a delivery fee, which is an extra $10 in Seattle that I've seen. In general, restaurants tend to slow down during a recession, their revenue, and for food delivery, that's definitely got to get hit the hardest. We should be thinking about other avenues to make money more efficiently. When you take a look at gig work, if you take a break, then you lose the opportunity to make money. And that's not, so you're continuously on this hamster wheel. And does that make you free? No, it doesn't. How are you supposed to live life? Like I said, I was an absolute zombie when I was working that. And I didn't feel like I was living at all. Well, that leads to the second thing. I think it's important to live life to the fullest, continuously, young, old, whatever. So in conclusion, that's what we're going to focus on. We're going to focus on evolving how we're managing our money that we make from DoorDash to create an online business. And also we need to be able to live life. I'm going to continue to do DoorDash and food delivery to show that how to fund those two endeavors so that we can eventually evolve our financial circumstance so that we can be free from working and just be able to pursue our passions. So if you like this video, hit the subscribe button. And if you like what my ideas are thinking, comment what you think down below. What are you doing with your DoorDash money or food delivery money? And let's have a discussion about it.